Well, Congress appears to be getting closer to passing sweeping tax reform. So what should you be doing now to get ready? Great Waters Financial Justin Halverson is here to address that and some other financial to-dos before the end of the year. It's good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
So many unknowns about this, but what do you know that you can tell us?
Well, there's a couple tips we've been giving to all of our wealth management clients at Great Waters Financial. One of them is because the deduction for state income taxes is going away, pay your 2017 state income taxes before the end of the year. Because by doing that, you'll still get the deduction the way things are written today. And we'll have a few more that flesh out along the way here with charitable giving and maximizing deductions for this year.
Great, let's get into it now. And the first thing you talk about is invest in yourself.
Well, first and foremost, you have to be willing to invest in yourself, because if you don't, nobody will. So max out that 401k, make the IRA Roth contributions, and even if you're not working but your spouse is, you can still make spousal contributions. So take advantage of all of them.
Reduce your tax bill. How do you do that?
There's a number of different ways, but one of the things to consider right now is stacking up your itemized deductions for 2017, because the standard deduction is going to go up so much in 2018. So maybe you're charitably inclined. Maybe you pre-give for the next 5 or 10 years this year and get a large deduction. Do it maybe through a donor advised fund could be a good way, as well as finding other ways to maximize those deductions this year.
Rebalance your assets.
Yeah, the market's so high right now that for some people, the equity portion of their portfolio is up, the fixed income portion is more level, and that means you're at higher risk than you were when you initially set up the portfolio. So consider the tax impact, but get it rebalanced.
Review your estate plan or get one if you don't.
Oh boy, there's so many people that don't even have one, Pat, so you make a great point there. So make that your New Year's intention to get an estate plan. But even if you have one, like me, I've had a lot of children over the years. If I didn't update the plan after my third child, well then now that we have 6, we'd still have a plan that's out of date. So life changes. Make sure your plan changes with your life.
You talk about evaluating your coverage, and you're talking about insurance coverage, I'm sure, is part of that piece.
Yeah, so make sure you're appropriately insured. You know, if you're still working and something would happen to you and without your wages your family couldn't survive, you need some life insurance. Maybe at least enough to pay off the mortgage. I wrote an article in the Wall Street Journal recently saying even in retirement, life insurance can still make some sense. And so determine the coverage that you need and have the appropriate coverage in place.
Do you expect that in 2018, as we move on into this, once they come up with this final piece of legislation, with the standard deduction going up, will more people likely not have to not itemize?
That's the idea.
That will be the case?
They won't, you know, if they even try to itemize, they probably won't get above that level. So it'll simplify it for a lot of people, but it makes it a good idea to maximize those itemized deductions this year.
Well, stay tuned. I'm sure we'll be calling upon you many times to decipher all of this stuff. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you and
Merry
yours
Christmas
too,
to you,
and
Pat.
Happy New Year. You can find additional information about all this at KARE11.com. Look under the menu and then the news at 4.